How's it going, everyone? Thanks for tuning into my new Ledger of Lore video. Today we're going to be taking a look at Pyxniel, Raid's newest fusion champion for Christmas. This one came out a little later than I expected and I hoped, but I explain all of that at the end of the video. So thanks again for watching. See you all in the outro. Throughout the history of Teleria, there has been a great manner of heated debates among the scholars, whether the passing of seasons affects the balance of power between the light and the darkness. Indeed, some claim that as the light of the sun wanes and nature dies, so too is the warmth of Lumaya's love sapped from the world. Why else would the Arbiter go to such lengths to recruit mighty champions to keep vigil over the frozen deserts of Teleria's north? Some believe there was a queen in an age long before the domain of Aravia rose to prominence. Others maintain she was a noble wizard of the Basilius court, whose research took her to the far north of the Elven Kingdom and had become indebted to the Arbiter, having her life saved in battle. Whatever the case may be, sources agree that she was a powerful servant of Lumaya, and her wrath was as terrible to behold as the blizzards that lashed the snowy wastes of the winterlands. Yet her deeds are lost to myth, and only a few can remember her name. Amid the northernmost peaks, deep in the mountains of despair, where not even the dwarves dare to tread, stands an imposing tower of shimmering ice. Through the entrance, you are bombarded with a breathtaking sight and an impending sense of dread, as the splendor of this monument begins to dawn upon you. Intricate carvings within the ice walls depict epic battles, ferocious clashes between a people of ice and the forces of what seemed to be the Dark Lord. Yet, in all these depictions, there is a lone figure that is carved with deep lines, bringing prominence to their image. As you travel deeper into the tower, the walls begin to glimmer, almost mirror-like. You gaze at one such wall to your right and see a reflection of yourself. You are beholden as your gaze intensifies on the eyes of your doppelganger. In an instant, you are no longer in the ice tower. You find yourself on a rocky mountaintop in the dead of night. Looking down, you see a wave of inky blackness making its way up the mountainside. You glance to your left, to your right, seeing people garbed with white fur cloaks, heavy boots, weapons withdrawn. Peering closer, you notice they are not human, their skin translucent and white, their eyes hollow depths glowing with moonlight. You glance back at the foot of the mountain and can start to make out glowing red eyes. Your breath halts in your throat as you realize you're standing right in front of the Dark Lord's army. With a shuddering gasp, you find yourself back to the present, your body beginning to shiver as the fear you felt from your vision still grips you. You turn from the mirror wall and continue on your path. After walking for a bit, you come across a door as imposing as the tower itself. A veil of mist coalesces over it, and you can sense an immense power hidden behind. With a bated breath, you reach out towards the door, gritting your teeth in pain as the veil bites a vicious chill into your hand. It creeps up your arms and stops just as your hand reaches the door. You almost cringe back at the intense cold you feel under your palm, but resolve grips you, and with as much strength as you can muster, you push. The door swings open, A blast of icy wind billows out and slams into you, knocking you to the ground, stealing your breath and leaving you gasping as the world spins around you. The howl of the wind deafens your ears as you see ice beginning to form on your feet and crawl up your legs. Just as you're resigning yourself to your fate, everything stops. The wind no longer blowing, the crawling ice on your feet gone, and you find yourself standing in front of the door, your arm outstretched, now glancing at an open atrium. Taking your first step into what seems like the biggest room in the tower, you feel a sense of dread mixed with the feeling of lament. The air around you is still, cold, dead. As you reach what seems to be the center of the antechamber, you notice a silhouette of something on the far end. It looks a pillar of sorts, reaching high into the chamber. There seems to be something in front of it. You cautiously take a step forward and are blinded as the torches that line the walls burst into flames around you. The ice blue hue of the fire makes you wonder if they are flames not of heat, but of cold. Your gaze drifts back to the other end of the room, which you thought a pillar, now illuminated, and your heart drops as fear grips your very being. A queen sits upon her imperial throne, her ethereal beauty wreathed in an aura of eternal frost, silver armor of awe-inspiring artifice, its intricate metalwork and the pristine shimmer echoing the legendary craftsmanship of the ancient High Elves. Her skin, glowing with the touch of frigid ice, looks as if a single touch would render you frozen. Her eyes glowing a glacial blue, giving a hint to the immense power contained within. Your body begins to shiver as a chill starts to seep in from all around you, reverberating within and sending convulsions to your soul. The monarch gets up from a seat and makes her way towards you. Her footfalls are silent, but leave webs of rime creeping across the floor. The same veil you saw on the door now surrounding her, as a cold mist of death starts to spread through the room. Her eyes lock onto yours, and you are engulfed by the ancient and noble power burning behind them. Whisked away again, you find yourself standing in a desolate field of snow and ice. Carnage riddled the plain, and you see spikes of glowing ice protruding from the ground, each adorned with the bodies of the dead demon spawn they impaled. Your gaze sweeps across the expanse, and you see a lone figure making their way towards you. You try to run, horror seeping into your being as you see the same regal figure slowly treading towards you. But you cannot move. Your feet have become rooted in ice, and no amount of force lets you break free. With what little courage you could muster, you call out, "Who are you? What do you want from me?" But receive no response. A sudden gust of ice and snow blinds you. As you open your eyes, the figure now stands right in front, eyes brimming with glacial fury and hatred. With a raise of her hand, she slashes at you with a blade. Once more your vision ends with a flash, and you wake from your living nightmare, kneeling on the ground, staring up at the ice monument in front of you. The same ice tower that you intended to explore in hopes of finding treasure. With unsure feet, a heavy heart, and a head full of fear, you get up and turn around, the desire for treasure long forgotten as instincts of survival ring alarms in your head. As you make your descent down the mountainside, a harsh wind blows from behind you. Turning to look back, you see the ice landmark, standing imposing and A voice whispers in your ear, as if the speaker was right next to you, but you find no one as you turn. The words echoing through your very being as you scramble to safety towards the foot of the mountain.
I am the howls of the wind. I am the curse of the frigid north. I am the blizzard that never ends. I am the chill of death. I am Pyxniel.
Thanks again for watching. Pyxniel's lore was interesting, but it was a tad bland for my tastes, and you know, as I'm committed to bringing the best content to my viewers, I did some heavy editing and I wrote the entire perspective part myself. Let me know what you all thought about that. I hella enjoyed writing it, and I even got somebody to voice Pyxniel's line for me, so yay. Hope that all sounded good too, as well. I also did an overhaul of my intro and outro. As you all noticed, a lot of the graphics have been changed, the logo is entirely changed. Let me know what you all thought about that. Appreciate you all watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification so you don't miss out on my next lore video, as well as my other Late Shadow Legends updates that I'm going to be doing. With that all said, this is Farouk, aka ContextG, and I'll see you all in the next one.